Hello, my name is Hakeem Brown, and today we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving Covid Nation 2020.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother. Welcome to the most listened to international podcast around the world. Hakeem and Reggie Brown are two young African-American boys speaking the truth. This is Pop City Culture.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yo, we had a Thanksgiving and it was off the hook. Man, you should have been there. Man, we never had so much food and so many people. Yeah, I know, we're probably breaking all the rules with the people, but you know what? We had a good time. Right, Hakeem?
Yeah, that's right, Reggie. You know, we had a good time, and we had our family here. But, let's just face it. Yeah, there was more than 7 of us. So we had to have our aunt, but we ended up bringing our other aunt food because she fell. And she, can't walk, so we brought her food. But what we noticed, too, I really wanted to say something.
So what you gonna say? Spit it out, because I don't want, to be,
okay.
Interrupting me the whole
Reggie,
time.
you're going to have to calm down.
I am.
Reggie, if you don't shut up.
What? What you gonna do?
We're going to have to start over because you're just trying to talk over me.
Okay. Okay.
Like I was saying.
What?
Okay, you know what, Reggie? You keep interrupting me. Why don't you say what happened?
Okay, yo. So this is what happened. Our dad took us out, and we were gonna pick up some food for our aunt from this place. It was like a food man here in the ghetto, and they got some awesome food, man. I ain't gonna lie. I told my dad I got one for my aunt, but I actually hid one in the back seat. I was so hungry. I really wanted that food because it was so good. Man, it was like food. Anyways, so we took it to my aunt, and she was happy to get it, because you gotta remember, man, there's a lot of people out there who don't really get a Thanksgiving meal. So
That's
I
right.
feel real blessed, and I feel real fortunate that I actually got some food. I don't want nobody, dogging me saying, I'm this and that, because, like y'all know, we lost our house. We were homeless.
Preach
and
it.
now we're living with our grandmother. So we all know a little bit of the tough time. Not like most people out there in the world, because they still out there on tough times. But, I just want to send a big shout out to everybody. And you guys out there, y'all hang tough, man. Because I know there's a lot of people hurting. But anyways, we want to be on a happy note and just tell you what happened in our household. So we had a good time. Hey, Hakeem, so you tell everybody what else happened.
Okay, yeah. So, we don't have like a huge family, but we had a virtual gathering with like distant cousins and a lot of our friends from school who we don't get to see because right now we're all doing the homeschool thing because of the COVID.
Yeah, that homeschool thing sucks.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's real tough because last year I remember hanging out with my friends at the ballpark playing basketball. And my brother, he likes to play basketball.
Man, I rule that court. What are you talking about? I love basketball. Go on.
We just like to do stuff together, but it's sort of tough now with the COVID because you really can't do a lot of stuff. Because of what's going on, they have the CDC guidelines. You know what that is, Reggie?
Of course I know what it is, man. It's the Center for Disease Control, right?
That's right, Reggie. Center for Disease Control. They had a whole list, and I almost want to say it's like 10 pages.
More like a million pages.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you some of the stuff right now. And I don't know, some people were getting really upset about it because, before we start, there was a politician in California. I believe it was California. He said you can't have a gathering more than like 7 people.
Say what?
And he was caught. He was caught on film.
Busted.
On video. At a huge party with not wearing his mask with friends and probably family.
Yep.
And people got pissed.
Probably so. I would be too.
It was terrible. So I don't know if he's going to be elected again or what they're going to do about him. Because that's sort of hypocritical. If you're going to be a politician and you want to enforce all these rules, then you got to step up. And yourself, you have to be, you have to be that kind of a role model that everybody looks to.
Sure do.
Because, in the end, you're the one everybody's going to say, hey, we have to listen to him. And he sets the example because we voted him in. So anyways, This is the what the CDC said. Consideration for hosting or attending a gathering.
Oh man, this is gonna be good. Everybody, listen to this. This is gonna be good.
They said if you are hosting a gathering during the holiday season that brings people who live in different households together, follow CDC tips for hosting gathering. If you will be attending a gathering that someone else is hosting, follow the same thing. First, it says everybody should be taking the temperature before they walk into your house.
Man, no, we gotta do like what doctors do. We ain't no doctors. We just throw the thermometer in the mouth, I guess.
Okay, you know what, Reggie? You're right. We're all not doctors and we're all not qualified. But, I don't know. In our house, we have the thermometer that you put in your mouth. But I guess now they have some you can just roll over your forehead. So those are probably high tech. I don't even know how much those cost, but maybe you can get them at the convenience store
or the dollar store.
But we don't really have that. Us personally, I guess we'll just have to stick with that. But did we do that yesterday?
Well, what we did was we had that thermometer, man, the mercury
Reggie,
one, you know?
We don't have to go into detail what we did yesterday.
If you don't like my explanation, man, then don't ask
But, according to everybody had got tested. They were getting tested, and it came back negative. So our household's pretty sterile because, like everybody knows, our grandmother's here, and we have to look out for her. So the other thing is, the CDC also said you have to remain 6 feet apart at all times, and guests should avoid direct contact, including handshakes and hugs and other not from their household. I don't know how you can avoid a handshake or a hug when you're with family, especially us being black,
I know we like the hug and stuff.
We just a bunch of huggers. We like we like to hug. We like to say, hey, what's up? High five.
Sure do.
What do you think, Reggie? Reggie, do you think the handshaking and the hugs is going a little bit too far, especially if you're in the same household?
Yo, man, what you think? I mean, if you're in the same household, obviously you're gonna be hugging. I mean, come on, man. We be touching the same remote control. We be touching the light switches. Man, if you really want to get into it, we touch the same toilet paper and we sit on the same toilet seat. But you know what I was thinking? Hakeem, you know what's nasty? You know what nobody really thought about? Imagine if somebody has COVID, and you in a family, and one of the family members got COVID, and then they go to brush their teeth. Ain't you putting your toothbrush on the toothpaste tube? Everybody could be infected. So now what we gonna do? Is everybody gonna have to have their own toothpaste tube?
Huh. You know what, Reggie? I mean, you make a valid point. Maybe we should have our own little toothpaste tube, and we probably have to keep our toothbrushes away from each other. I don't even know if the CDC had something in here like that, but we're going to go through a few of the list, so we are going to find out. But it also says, ventilate your home by opening windows and doors based on the weather. However, we live where it's cold. We're gonna open our windows in the middle of Thanksgiving, although. I do have to say it was very nice out, but not nice enough to open the windows and get that fresh air in.
Hakeem, I thought it was nice. I mean, I had my bedroom window crack going.
It says winter weather can be cold, wet, unpredictable. Inclement weather makes it difficult to increase ventilation by opening windows or to hold an event outdoors.
Man, I don't even know what you said, but anyways, go on.
I did see, though, on social media, some people in the warmer climates did actually hold events outdoors, like a picnic setting, which was really cool.
Oh man, that is cool.
They looked like they were 6 feet apart, but that could have been a picture just for show. I mean,
man,
I'm not talking
for show.
I gotta change it. I didn't see a video. I saw pictures. So I mean, we're gonna have to face it. Some people do adhere to the strict guidelines that the Center for Disease Control set up. So that is good. Besides that, the CDC also said when you are doing Thanksgiving, you are required to wear a mask at gatherings. That includes persons of different households. Everyone should be always wearing a mask that covers both mouth and nose.
Man, that's just common sense.
Except when eating or drinking. It's almost important to stay at least 6 feet away from people who are not in your household at all times. Reggie, what do you think about that?
Yo, man, why you keep asking me stupid questions? You know what I think about it. How many times do I gotta tell you? We talk about this all the time. I think, yo, man, what was the question again? I sort of forget.
Reggie, I asked you about wearing a mask. What do you think about people eating and drinking? That's the only exceptions when you cannot wear the mask.
Yo, man, I think it's good. I mean, how you supposed to eat with a mask on your face anyways, man? That's like having an astronaut's helmet over your head. How you supposed to eat, especially if you're up in space, with a helmet over your head?
Well, Reggie, if you're in space and you're outside the capsule and you got the little hoodie thing on, I don't think if you eat, you're going to survive because there's like no oxygen up there.
Yo, man, there you go again, trying to make me look stupid. Yo, man, just shut up, man. You make me sick. Man, man, go on to the next question. Just go on. Yeah, I'm getting tired of your stuff. Every show, you always got to do this. Go on, move on.
Okay, whatever you say. So the other thing it says to when you are at your gatherings for the Center for Disease Control, their guidelines, they encourage guests to avoid singing or shouting, especially indoors. Keep music levels down so people don't have to shout or speak loudly to be heard. I guess what they're saying is if you have music, keep it down. But when do you say the government can say you can't have music or it's only this decimal loud and this and that? This just almost reminds me of like the book we had to read in 1984 where the government, they said Big Brother's watching you. That, Reggie, that's something I'm sort of fearful of.
Yo, man, I'm fearful too. I'm telling you, man, this is like a conspiracy. It's all coming down, it's all coming down to real life. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. I'm telling you right now, the government's all behind this and they're gonna make sure everybody's gonna be conforming to their rules. You think? I think this is just the beginning, man. We're gonna be wearing gloves next. You watch. And the next time we get the regular flu, and we're gonna be wearing masks then too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Reggie, I know what you're saying, but your whole point for that whole rant was what again?
Yo, man, you ain't even listening. I'm saying this is the beginning of the start of the beginning of the end, which is the beginning. If you understand what I'm saying, you need to keep up, man. Just go on to the next question. You're making me sick. Go on.
Okay. I hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving, and if you are just tuning into us on Pop City Culture, I don't even think Reggie introduced himself. Reggie's my brother, Reggie Brown, and I'm Hakeem Brown, and we are young African-American kids who have a podcast, and it goes all over the world. So, now we're just going to tell you again how the CDC is giving us guidelines for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to continue. So it says limit contact with commonly touched surfaces or shared items such as serving utensils. You have to clean and disinfect them. Commonly touched surfaces or any shared items between use when feasible.
Yo, man, oh my God, I didn't even think about utensils. Man, what if you using a fork, somebody got the COVID and they don't even wash it, man, and you stick it in your mouth? Oh my God, you talking not only an epidemic, but you talking a scenario like zombie land, like everybody's gonna be infected, man. Man, I'm telling you, this is some serious stuff. The CDC people, man, they on the ball, they know what they're talking about. I'm glad they sort of got these guidelines because, I don't want to be getting sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're saying, but, do you understand what other people are saying? Other people feel that, the government's sort of getting too much control over people's lives and telling them what to do. I mean, after all, we're talking about
an epidemic, man.
Yes, it's an epidemic
of mass proportion.
But this COVID is a virus, and we want to make sure nobody gets sick. It seems like the majority of people are not sick, and they sort of feel that their rights are being infringed upon.
Dude, man, they sound like a bunch of haters and complainers. Man, go on. I don't want to talk about these people.
So the government's telling them they have to wear a mask. They can only be 6 feet apart. What do you think about that?
Yo, man, if it wasn't for these guidelines, then don't you think there'd be more sick people? Man, use your head, man. You sound stupid again. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie, I don't know what you're saying. What I'm saying is I'm just giving you a fair and balanced, equal side of exactly what's going on both sides. I'm not saying one way or the other, but we have to let people know that, there's two sides to an issue. I understand you're saying that. First of all, you think everything is going great with the CDC, and that's good. CDC knows what they're talking about. They deal with this stuff all the time. However, like I said, the people the general population feel sort of infringed upon when it comes to their freedom to choose, their right to live any way they want, the amount of people they can have in their house. And some politicians, they actually wanted people to report people who had more than 7 people in their house and have them arrested.
Say what?
Yeah, that's right. And I believe that the Supreme Court had to get involved. I think it went to court and they gave a ruling, but I think this is only for one state. In fact, I think it was New York, if I remember it right. They said New York, that they don't have that right to tell people they don't have the right to tell people how many people they can have at a family gathering. And I'm assuming this probably goes for church too, because it seems like in the churches, they're saying you can't have more than a certain amount of people.
I heard that ain't right.
However, in the grocery stores, you can have as many. It seems like there's a lot of people in the grocery stores that outnumber people in churches. Now, I'm not saying people haven't tried to be accommodated with church, because churches have gone viral, virtual. I mean, so you can watch everything virtually. Like I said, Reggie, people feel like everything's being infringed upon. And did you hear about the other states?
I didn't hear nothing about the other states.
Well, let me tell you, the other states, they're limiting travel. They don't want people from other states going into their states because they may get people sick there. So, this is a really big thing. So you have to follow a lot of the safety measures during your trip to protect yourself and others from the COVID. And, a lot of it's sort of common sense. They say wear a mask in public settings, like on public and mass transportations, like buses and stuff, and at events and gatherings, and anywhere you'll be around people outside of your household. They also, do the same, avoid the 6 feet thing. These are definitely trying times, and nobody wants to get sick. You have to always wash your hands, often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, the CDC recommends. And as I said, the CDC is the Center for Disease Control. And they say to use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. You got to monitor yourself and household members for symptoms of COVID-19. As you know, some of the symptoms are dry cough, your kidneys hurt, your back, and you just feel sick and vomiting.
Very sick.
It's pretty bad.
It is
but
bad.
They say if you develop symptoms consistent with COVID-19 sick guidelines within 14 days of an event or celebration, such as a fever, cough, shortness of breath, or if you test positive for COVID-19, you should immediately notify your host or anyone who attended the place, so they know what's going on. So I think that's going to bring us to the end of our show. And what does that mean, Reggie?
Yo, Hakeem, finally shut up. So, you know what that means? That means it's time for your words of wisdom. So take it away, big brother.
Thanksgiving is a holiday that has been around since the beginning of this great nation's birth. We gather together and share food and love. We remember what it was like and how this great nation was started. Who would have thought that in the many years to come, a virus would be at the center of a family gathering? This COVID virus has taken the nation by storm, and this is a time not many of us will ever forget. It has struck fear in all of us, whether you agree with the guidelines that the government has set before us or not. In any case, we must remember that this is a historical time. This is a time when we should care about our fellow people. Yes, we need to be safe, but how far and how much are we willing to give up? I guess we will see in the days to come. Until then, be safe with all of your families and be safe during this holiday.
Thank you for those words of wisdom, Hakeem. That was really great. So, what are we going to say now?
Well, I'm going to say thank you for joining us here on Pop City Culture. I want you guys to be safe, and I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Until next time, be kind, friendly, and affectionate to one another. Remember who you are. Peace.
Yo, man. Guidelines for COVID. Man, that gotta be serious, man. Don't be laughing at that. But I guess we see in days to come, like you said. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.